What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. WrestleMania 39 is finally here, so join us now as we recap night 1 of the show and provide our exclusive analysis as we look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, Wrestlelamia Shorts. But before we get into that, let's do a quick recap of the show. The first match on the card was the United States Championship match as champion Austin Theory took on John Cena. Theory uses some rough tactics, including biting Cena's ear to gain the momentum. Cena fights back and locks in the STF, unaware that the referee took a bump. Theory taps and Cena thinks he's won, only for Theory to hit a low blow after John checks on the referee. A-Town down and Theory covers Cena for the win as Austin Theory retains the United States Championship. Next up is the men's Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Showcase match as Alpha Academy take on Ricochet and Braun Strowman, the Viking Raiders, and the Street Profits. This is a fun-filled and action-packed match which allows all 4 teams to show what they can do best. There's plenty of brawling and high-flying moves inside and outside the ring as any team seems to be on the verge of victory. Ricochet goes for a shooting star press on Angelo Dawkins, but Dawkins raises his knee as Montez Ford hits a frog splash and Dawkins covers Ricochet for the win. The Street Profits win the men's Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Showcase match. Next up is Logan Paul vs Seth freaking Rollins. Logan actually makes a Shawn Michaels-esque WrestleMania 12 entrance, coming down the zip line. Seth also looks like he's doing a tribute to Jeff Jarrett, but anyway, Seth is clearly looking to dish out some punishment before pinning Paul. However, Logan's Prime Energy Drink mascot interferes, giving Paul the advantage. But things look bleak as Paul dives off the top rope, but he hits a super kick followed by a curb stomp as Rollins gets the Duke. Who was the man in the Prime outfit though? None other than KSI. Yes, KSI has finally made his WWE debut. Now we can only foretell the WrestleMania 40 main event, which will probably be KSI in his Prime outfit versus the Cinemoji Toast Crunch. Come on, book it, Triple H. Next up is the 6-woman tag team match as Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus take on Damage Control of Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai. Now it's a sizzling 6-woman match as Lita and Trish show they haven't lost a step. Everyone brings their A game, but after Trish and Lita take Dakota and Io out the picture, it's Bayley versus the man. Bayley goes for a Bayley to belly to Becky off the top rope, but Becky counters, hitting a manhandle slam off the top and covering Becky for the 1-2-3. Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus win the match. Next up, it's father versus son as Rey Mysterio takes on Dominic Mysterio. Ex-con Dom goes all out, even coming in the back of a police van, but Rey Mysterio one-ups him by coming out in Eddie's lowrider with Snoop Dogg, an excellent tribute to Latino heat. But Dominic heals it up, including getting some help from the Judgment Day's Finn Balor and Damian Priest. However, Legado del Fantasma show up to even the odds. Meanwhile, Dominic grabs a steel chain, prepares to clobber Rey. However, Bad Bunny, who's at the Spanish announce table, grabs the chain as Rey hits the 619 and a frog splash, covering his wayward son for the pinfall win. Rey Mysterio manages to win the match, and wife Angie and their daughter join him in the ring to celebrate while Dominic looks on in disgust. Next up is a SmackDown Women's Championship match as champion Charlotte Flair takes on Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley wants to make Charlotte Flair fear her and she wants to take the SmackDown Women's Championship from her. However, Flair isn't going to make it easy. It's a brutal down-to-the-wire fight that doesn't end until Ripley drives Flair's head onto the top of the ring post while they're battling on the top rope. Avalanche Riptide ends it for Flair as Rhea pins her to win the SmackDown Women's Championship, as Rhea Ripley is now the new SmackDown Women's Champion. And now finally, it's time for the main event, as the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions the Usos take on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And despite some offensive spurts, the Usos were able to do what they do best, isolate their opponents and demolish them, so it was like they were working a handicap match. Nonetheless, neither Sami nor Owens will stay down for a 3 count. This made all the difference as Sami finally hits 3 haluva kicks, covering Jay for the win as Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn close out WrestleMania Night 1 as new undisputed tag team champions. But that was a quick recap of the show. What about the good, the bad, and the downright ugly? As always, we start off with the good as number 1, John the Generous. John Cena's generosity was seen in 2 major ways tonight. First, the 16-time world champ took time to interact with a group of Make-A-Wish kids whose wish was to attend WrestleMania. Cena did more than just make a quick appearance, he gave the kids some quality time before making his way down to the ring. Honestly, can anyone ever fault this man at all? Well, Cena's second act of generosity was putting Austin Theory over. Cena allowed Theory to get a good amount of offense while also showing he's not washed up. Cena's experience advantage was obvious, but Theory's ruthlessness and desire to win at any cost won the match for him. A major props to Cena for putting on a very good match, showing his love for the fans and helping a younger wrestler get a win that should take him to the next level. Cena passed the torch for a superstar that many fans compared to a young John Cena, but who seems determined to be his own man. Number 2, a showcase slugfest. Tonight's men's Fatal 4-Way showcase match was exciting and fun as it gave each team time to show what they do best. There were some wild spots including Chad Gable suplexing Braun Strowman, Angelo Dawkins derailing the Strowman Express, and some high-flying action from the Street Profits, Ricochet, and even Braun Strowman. The match went a bit too short, but it was an exciting match that shows how many outstanding tag teams are working in WWE. Number 3, Tough Love. Rey Mysterio finally got to dish out some tough love as Dominic backed him into this match, and what a match it was, with father and son putting on a thrill fest. Rey's friends Legado del Fantasma showed up to even the odds, and Bad Bunny even got involved, stopping Dominic from using a steel chain to get the underhanded win. This feud is likely going to continue, perhaps even with Bad Bunny joining Rey at some point. Rey got the win he needed to send the fans home happy and hold his head high, at least until Dominic pulls another sadistic stunt. Number 4, some exciting entrances. Night 1 featured some cool entrances, including the aforementioned John Cena heartwarming interaction with his fans. But that was just the beginning though, as Dominic Mysterio was being shown transported from a prison to SoFi Stadium in a prison van where correctional officers escorted him to ringside before releasing him from handcuffs. But again, as mentioned before, the best entrance was Rey Mysterio's as Snoop Dogg drove him into the arena in Eddie's lowrider. There weren't as many grand entrances as you might expect, but the WWE made the special ones certainly stand out. Number 5, a terrific trios match. Although there's a case to be made that Damage Control hasn't done as much to get Dakota Kai and Io Sky over as you'd expect with all the TV time they get, the trio showed their magic in the ring. Likewise with Trish Stratus, Lita and Becky Lynch, who dazzled the fans with both Hall of Famers looking like they were working Wrestlemania 21. Our women's trios belt is a little bit too much, but the WWE needs to consider booking more 6-women tag matches. Number 6, a match for the ages. Tonight's Ripley vs Flair match was one of the best women's matches we can remember. Both the Nightmare and the Queen put each other through a hellacious fight, with neither competitor asking for or giving quarter. Flair showed more grit than she ever has, and while she's been outmatched physically, she didn't slow down for a second trying to take out Ripley and throw back her challenge. While Ripley won the match, she had to fight tooth and nail before she found an opening, capitalizing on a dazed, if not unconscious Flair to deliver an avalanche riptide for the win. Number 7, good use of celebrities. While the WWE deservedly gets criticized for overusing celebrities, it's improved to the point where they know quality as opposed to quantity is the way to go. Night 1 featured some real A-listers including Kevin Hart, who did an introductory video, Snoop Dogg, who co-hosted the show, Bad Bunny, who played a key role in the Rey vs Dom match, and of course our next guest, Pat McAfee, dropping by. Despite WWE CEO Nick Khan claiming that WWE had no plans for Pat McAfee at Mania, the beloved sports personality dropped in to wrestle The Miz, a reminder that number 1, Pat loves the WWE Universe, and number 2, that you can never take anyone in wrestling's comments seriously. It was good to see McAfee and fun to see one of his football friends lend him a hand against The Miz. And a mega main event. Tonight's tag team main event was a carefully crafted story of heart versus skill. The Usos were clearly the superior tag team, but Owens and Zayn had something more important tonight: heart. Neither man refused to stay down, and both were driven by the determination to take the Usos down the only way that would work, taking away their undisputed tag team championship. There's definitely a case to be made that Charlotte vs Rhea was a superior match, but nonetheless, the powerful story driving this match made it a necessity that it go on last. Not only was it the right ending for KO and Sammy's quest for revenge, it serves as the perfect prelude to Night 2 as fans will see if Cody Rhodes can take away Roman's undisputed WWE Universal Championship. But that was the good, what about the bad? It's number 1, a weak finish. The Cena vs Theory match wasn't bad, but there was no getting around the weak finish. The ref bump wasn't expected as no one expected Theory to go over clean on someone at Cena's level. However, the ending was abrupt as Cena locked in the STF, unaware that the referee was too dazed to call the match. Theory tapped, and when Cena realized the referee was out, he checked on the ref like any good babyface. Once Cena turned around, Theory was ready with a low blow, followed by an 8-count down for a win. The finish was a bit sloppy and felt rushed, which took away from Cena passing the torch to Theory. Number 2, too much filler. Triple H stuck to his plan of having less matches on this year's card. Unfortunately, he chose to fill it with far too many hype videos for both tonight and tomorrow's show. Now, there's nothing wrong with familiarizing casual fans with what's going on, but tonight's various videos and backstage segments were too much, making the show tedious and slowing down the buzz from the matches in between. They could have trimmed half an hour off tonight's show, but then Peacock wouldn't get 4 hours of streaming numbers. And 2 tedious hours. 2 hours of nothing is way too much, and the WWE proved it with its WrestleMania kickoff show. Although we understand the WWE wants to boost Peacock's streaming numbers with 2 hours of extra programming, it's hard to imagine why anyone would want to sit through this bore fest of talking heads, random celebs popping in, and endless hype videos that were replayed during WrestleMania. But of course, there was nothing downright ugly, as every match was entertaining, with the WWE doing a good job building things up match by match. The Pat McAfee match was just what the WWE needed to give the fans some fun before jumping into the main event. Last night's WrestleMania wasn't perfect, but it certainly lived up to the hype. Every match meant something, and nothing in the ring seemed like it was put in to stretch out the show. One thing's definitely sure is that it's going to be hard to top night 1 with night 2 coming tomorrow. What do you guys think of night 1 of WrestleMania? Let us know in the comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.